Well, that's us ready to go. Engine starting. Saying goodbye to our house in England. And where are we going, Mum?
Northern Ireland!
Where are we going? Lines?
To see Granny!
Where are we going? We're right underneath the River Mersey. Paul, smell you? Smell you, wee woman? Smell you? She's scared, Mum. She's away hiding.
Is she?
Oh, she's away hiding. She's scared of the tunnel. You okay, woman?
Oh,
Lines. Good girl. Ferry across the Mersey. She wants out. See it. Doggies, you doggies. Alsatian German Shepherd, that. She doesn't like getting big dogs.
Oh, our car's going to be outside.
Stop.
Flippin'
You won't believe us, we're on the River Mersey and look, see the yellow submarine coming up there. It's giving us an escort as we're leaving the River Mersey. Just see the conning tower poking out of the top of the water there. That's a yellow submarine, that's something that John Lennon was on about. Hello dogs. Hello dogs. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. You're asleep then, weren't you, wee woman? We'll let you out. Oh, wee woman. Careful. Wait. Hello, dogs. Right. Hello, wee woman. We're talking to a couple downstairs and they said there's a sun lounge, you know, on the roof. So we came up and found it and we walked out that door there. And it's roasting, isn't it? Wee bit windy, but it's really warm. It's warm wind. How much warmer is this, Mum?
I know. Oh, I'm so glad for heat.
Right, we'll get our dinner and we'll come up here. We've been told there's no cabins. We've been walking past and all we can see is empty cabins. The idea that healthy people are endangering others simply by breathing is the biggest scam in the history of the world. This is what it's all about. This is a life. Me and my mum having a picnic on the roof, aren't we, Mum? I'm getting soaked in water, look. Yeah, up there. Window wipers. This is us just coming down the Moss Road where we were born, basically. We moved here when I was about 2 and I grew up here. Spent all my childhood here. Little village, Lambeg. We love it, don't we, Mum?
Yes.
It's good to be home, isn't it, Mum?
It is great.
Nice wee loyalist village. Well, unfortunately we couldn't get our fish supper that we were so dying for. We're just going to have to make do with whatever Granny's got in the fridge. There's nothing open. Close at 7. Look at Granny's lovely garden.
Oh my word.
Do you know what? It doesn't matter about not getting fish and chips when you see that garden. What a delight to see that. Isn't that lovely? And here's the Granny. Here's the Granny. Here's the Granny. Here's the granny, here's the granny, here's the granny. What a lovely garden, granny. I can't believe how nice you got your garden. That is absolutely gorgeous.
You can take a whole lot of them lovely colours.
Oh, them purples and all. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, granny, I love you. Oh, it's good to see
I
you.
love you.
Oh, look. I've not seen you in all this time because of that old COVID. Isn't it awful? Oh, that's great. I'll give you all a hug. That's great. And the wee dog's feeling left out now. Look at the garden. Look at the gorgeous colours. Look at it. Oh, it smells lovely. Look at this. And our lovely back garden as well. Isn't it gorgeous? Lovely. That's how, look. You never get brown grass in Northern Ireland. That's because they've had a drought. Wee bird box and all.
I'm not Tom here, Carl. Do you like ham?
Look, she remembers this house. Will you believe it? Yeah, she does. Don't you, wee woman?
Wee woman.
Yes, you are, wee woman, aren't you? Is that Granny?
Sasha.
Is that Granny? She's in here with her tail waggling.
Sasha.
Wee woman.
What's wrong?
A bottle of Coke in his hand. Piker biker on tour, Lambeg, Lisburn, County Antrim, Northern Ireland. Returning to my roots, the place I was born. Right, we're out early in the morning here. What time is it, Dad?
It's 6:50.
6:50. You told me to be ready
Quarter
for
past 6.
Quarter past six. And where are we heading, Dad?
We're heading to Fermanagh, the
Fermanagh.
greatest coarse waters in the whole of Europe.
Let's go.
Hopefully we'll get a few.
I just want to catch one little roach about that size and I'll be happy.
You get more than that there.
Right, we've travelled from Lambeg in Lisburn, County Antrim. We've come down to Fermanagh. And what you see in that picture there is the lower Loch Earn, the Earn system, and it's got the River Earn which flows through it. And that's just on your right down there. We're going down to the wee jelly just to have a wee look anyway, and we're going to do a wee bit of fishing. My brother was up here actually last year with the kids and he was catching loads of perch. So it's just a bit of an adventure today. A bit of a relaxing one really. It's only took us an hour and a half to get here, less than that, about an hour and 26 minutes.
We'll try here first.
These are the green spots here, Dad.
I love green.
Is that where the bridge? Is that where the perch are over there?
You always get them round structure.
Cast right out there. It's a big cast. There's lily pads though. You need to watch. There's lily pads, but you can pull through these ones. They're not. Do you want to walk down to the deeper bit? Have a look.
There's a wooden jetties over there, look, as well.
A few people have caught the black thing.
Pike fishing.
They just take a pike rod in there.
It does shallow up around there now. But that's where the pike are all jumping on here.
I would just throw a pike rod out there, Ian.
Front of them lilies.
Yeah, just over there.
I'll pike fish here. There's a fish just moved out then from them lilies.
That's where I'm going to aim for over there.
There was trout jumping around here. I caught one trout around here.
Did you get
Yeah,
a
there's
trout?
trout around here.
There's meant to be full of trout in this river.
Under the bridge with a perch. Trout.
There's a big herring.
But I've got a weakness there. I could fish all around here. There's loads of wee fish there down there. We see where the flies all are. Underneath.
Look, there's heaps of them
There's
there.
wee fish.
There's one there.
See the wee show.
About an inch.
Yeah. Wee ones everywhere.
Oh, the perch, I love them.
Yeah, see them out, Ian? Right?
Yeah, see them.
That's... What is that? Is that a pike? Wee pike? Looks like wee pike, Ian.
Haha.
I think that's a wee pike.
Wee baby pike. See, there's
It is,
one.
it's a wee baby pike.
There's one white one, but there's loads following it.
You see the
Yeah,
the one at the
yeah.
bike? No, it's-
Oh, look at that! There's a perch or something just come in for it then, chasing it. About that size.
Oh, aye.
Perch, little perch.
Oh, something.
Little perch come for that little. It was only that size. It was going for trying
The
to.
perch around here, it's so good in every
Right,
cast.
let's get our gear. We'll go up here, you buy it then.
I'm going to catch a 3-pound perch. I've always wanted to catch one bigger 3-pound. I think the biggest fish I caught, remember down on the Trolls over in England, Ian? Down at the River Severn?
Oh yeah.
Perch?
Yeah.
That's the biggest perch that I caught.
I'll bring the car over there.
I caught a lovely perch. Remember you come over and says I got one, and you come over with a little sprick in the bottle.
Aye.
Remember a little minnow, and I put it on, and I got a perch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our day's fishing.
We've already put about 4 or 5 of them back.
Back.
Barry's perch escaped in the bar. I don't know where Barry's perch went to escape.
It's a few hours fishing and
Nice fish there.
look
isn't
there.
it? Look at that. Some lovely ones there. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Mine's the biggest.
That's lovely. That's a lovely bag, isn't it? Like some nice ropes there as well. Brilliant. So this is my hometown of Lisburn, County Antrim, Northern Ireland. This is the town centre. Hasn't really changed much since I was a kid. There's a few less shops, a few more shops, and put up a few extra statues. This one here is depicting the commemoration of the UDR, the Ulster Defence Regiment that served here during the times of the Troubles. As you can see, there's a UDR soldier holding his SLR. It's a male and a female officer. Beautiful. Fantastic. There's our big bus service. Translink, Ulster bus. As you can see, some of Lisbon's still under reconstruction as well. This is part of the historic quarter. So all these shops have been here hundreds of years, and they're trying to maintain the frontage of the buildings. Well, it's a lovely little city, if you can call it that. It is a city, but it used to be a town. It was made a city in 2002 in the Jubilee, similar to Preston in Lancashire. There's been a few wee changes, but there's been a lot of improvements really. There's some of the streets you look down that haven't changed one bit. Maybe different shops, but everything is much the same. Over in the shops have changed hands. This shop in the corner was a pram shop. On the right hand side here, it's the Hair Lounge. That's where my mum bought our first pram for us when we were wee babies, in that shop. But if you look down that street, it hasn't changed much at all. And this used to all be, when I was a wee child, this used to be all a road. It wasn't pedestrianised. The bus used to come up here. Used to catch the bus outside here. This is Woodsides, which is still Woodsides, and used to be a bus stop here. When I was a wee child, I used to sit up on that wee ledge. It hasn't changed much apart from being pedestrianised. If you can look down the street, you can see the arch there. It's commemorating the Battle of the Boyne, 1690, 12th of July. It's to commemorate the battle. And if you walk further up towards, we've got the Castle Gardens up here. If you walk further up this way, that is remnants of a castle that was once there. I'll show you that. And here we have the Castle Gardens. Now this has changed ever so slightly. It's been revamped since I was a child, but still looking just as beautiful. This wee fountain over here, you can see on the left. It actually used to be a running fountain. There used to be some coy carp in there when I was a child. The old castle, that's the original castle, 1677. Where we're walking now, there used to be some dungeons But I think they've all been taken away. I think they've made it into a walled garden. Last time I was here I had a wee look, but it's beautiful. You look at that lovely view you've got. If you look onto the other side, we're in County Antrim now, with the River Lagoon, which flows from Belfast all the way up to the Moor Mountains. It is a dividing line for the counties of Antrim and Down. There's the old sundial. Maybe you can see that. It might be a little bit underexposed, but there's a sundial up there. There's the cannon over there. The cannon used to be here. So that cannon used to be here, and it used to look out over that way, but this was all trees, you couldn't see. It was presented to the town of Lisburn by Admiral Maynell, RN, 1858. 1858. So we head out over this way, towards where the dungeons used to be. I don't know whether they've locked it up, they might have locked it up. But that wall that runs along there was a wall to the dungeons. The dungeons used to have to go through some trees where the cannon used to be here and used to run down through a wee hole, jump over the wall and then come down even further, and the dungeons are literally right underneath. What a beautiful day. Like, it was raining a wee second ago, first bit of rain they've had in a long time. It's been weeks since it's rained here. They've had an awful drought. As you can see, that grass is turning yellow, it's dying. Where that arch is, where that stairwell is, and you've that white wall, literally where you've got the bushes climbing up the wall there used to be an entrance to dungeons, but it looks like they've filled them in. They've used some of the original wall. If you look at that wall there, it's only been rebuilt at the top, but they've used the wall underneath as the original walls. Just looking, this is a rose bush and these are rose hips, and inside these bulbs it's got some seeds in it, and we used to, when we were kids, used to crush them open. That one's not quite right. If you look at that one there, that red one, that would probably crush open very easily. And inside there, there's some seeds. You see them seeds? We used to use them as itchy powder. Used to put them in my brother's bed and his back used to itch. But that's alright, crushing them, because all it'll do is produce more rosehip bushes. But have a look at this. It's an apple tree. We've got apple trees just growing up the side of the wall here. I've never seen that, a wall right close to the apples. It's beautiful. I've just heard a rumble of thunder, so I'm going to get soaked. And in the distance there, all that black cloud, that's a big thunderstorm heading my way. And lovely apples. Now, Northern Ireland was formed in 1921, and that's when they partitioned the 32 counties into two segregations. And Northern Ireland had Armagh, Antrim, Londonderry, Down, Tyrone, Fermanagh, and then three other counties which we don't have now are Monaghan, Cavan and Donegal. As you can see, Lisburn, Centennial, 100 years, 1921 to 2021. Here we have the lovely River Lagoon. Absolutely gorgeous, full of fish. Although it'll be very hard to fish at the minute because it's so low. If you look to my left here, to the left of the screen, you'll just see that's the sill of a weir. It's a stepped weir, and usually that is powerhousing it through. So it just goes to show how low it is. But here's a good wee spot to catch the roach. But as you can see, it's all weeded over because it's been so low. You can just see the lockgates there on the right. The lockgates there would make this river navigable. So any boat movement coming from upriver would have to go through these gates and then continue on the journey as it meets the main river further downstream. That would go all the way to Belfast. never seen this before, but this is just a bit of a marker post. It's telling you that it's 1.5 miles in that direction to the Union Locks, 26 miles to Portadown, and if you go down river, it's 4 miles to Drumbeg. My home village of Lambeg is only about a mile and a half, and it's 11.5 miles to Belfast. You can cross a wee bridge, there's a wee footbridge that leads across the Lagoon Valley Island there. I do believe that somewhere along here has a sign. Oh, here it is, it's a seat. And it shows you all the babies. These seats all have the names of all the babies that were born in the year 2000. There's April, there's May, there's June. And then that's a nice metallic tree. That'd be nice with lights on at night. There you go. But I remember there, on the left here was a Huguenots Graveyard. Now the Huguenots are French Protestants that were actually kicked out of France, and they were in hiding, and before returning to France they moved all over Europe. And a lot came to Northern Ireland and populated it. That councillor W.J. Dillon, he was the Lord Mayor when I was working here. His name's Jim Dillon. This marks the entrance to an old graveyard which hasn't been upkept. It looks like it hasn't been kept at all, which is very, very unfortunate, but this is a Huguenot graveyard. You can just see there is a base stone of a grave over there. There's a few stones on the floor, but they've not been able to build in this, but obviously because it's a graveyard, but it's just a shame that they've not done anything to maintain it. Looks all very overgrown. So it's a wee bit cold today. First time I've had to wear my coat. But I'm heading down to the River Lagoon one last time to see if we can catch a fish or two. Just waiting for my dad to come up now, and we're going to head on down. This is Wolfenden's bridge, and when King Billy was coming from Carrickfergus on his way to the Boyne, one of the carts lost the wheel here, and there was a little guy in the house that lived here on the left, fixed it for him. This is the actual bridge, Wolfenden's bridge in 1690.
It's brilliant. I've caught some great fish there.
This is beautiful, the River Lagoon, just near Belfast. Actually in Belfast, but not too far from the sea, really. Wee lockkeeper's cottage. It's beautiful. Look at that.
It's not bad. I know. It's a stairway.
Look how green that is.
Look at the old bar. Velvet. Look at perch in there. Pike, perch, roach, bream, rudd, dudgeon. River Lagoon.
Who would want to eat pike? Bag limit, 2 pike per day.
Pike of 4 kilos have to return.
Crazy.
It says much of this section is deep, Barry, and sluggish. Roach, rudd and pike are the main species.
A beautiful example of the species. It's a River Lagoon roach. Absolutely gorgeous, pristine little fish. And it's got to go straight back. Happy days. Look at that beautiful creature. Absolutely gorgeous. Another lovely river lagoon roach. That's roach number 5. What a beautiful place to fish. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little taste of where I'm from. So it's always nice just to look back on and show people where you're from, because I'm still proud of my home. I do miss it, and it's a rare treat to be able to come over and just meet family and friends, especially with what's been going on recently. It's been fantastic just to be home. And no matter what, even though I've been living in England for 20 years, I'll always call it home, and I do miss it. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that little taste of history, a little flavour of history from Northern Ireland, my hometown of Lisburn.